I'm posting a review video for you guys to watch either Monday or Tuesday in preparation for your Civil War test, which I'm going to be posting on Wednesday of this week. Yes, you have a test. Benny, say test. Yep. So here's my assistant. We got Foxy and Redcar, and I'm going to go fast. So if you want to have your notes out with you, hopefully you can follow along. You want to go run away, buddy? Go watch Plus. Go check it out. All right. I'm going to go fast. If you want to pause, that's fine. Go see mom. If you want to pause, that's fine. All right. I'm going to go fast. Have your notes out to follow along. Here we go. First was the Emancipation Proclamation, which Lincoln issued using war powers. It didn't actually free very many slaves, but it did let black soldiers fight for the Union. That was a big thing with the Emancipation Proclamation. Then that led to African American soldiers. About 180,000 of them fought. The 54th Massachusetts Regiment was the first ever group of all black soldiers to fight for the Union in the Civil War. Then we talked about the draft and how both sides needed reinforcements, so they instituted a draft. Those were called laws of conscription. We also talked about the concept of paying soldiers a little bit extra to fight. That was called bounties. All right. Then we spent a day on prison camps. The worst one in the South was in Georgia. It was called Andersonville, and a lot of soldiers died in prison camps. It was really bad. And they died of starvation and disease and all sorts of things like that. Then we spent multiple days on the Battle of Gettysburg, which was a 3-day battle that involved hundreds of thousands of troops from both sides. Eventually, the Confederates lost. It was a Union victory. Pickett's charge was the failing maneuver that caused the Confederates to lose, and they never really recovered after that. Later on was Sherman's total war. William T. Sherman was the general that Lincoln put in charge of destroying the South, basically. And total war is when you destroy everything that they have: railroads, livestock, food, buildings, whatever it might have been. So that's total war. Then we got to the end of the war where we were talking about Vicksburg, the Battle of Vicksburg, which was when the Union officially took over the rest of the Mississippi River. Then finally, the very final month of the war, outside of Richmond, Grant battles Lee outside of Richmond for 10 months. And on April 3rd, they finally take the city. The Union takes Richmond on April 3rd. Then the surrender at Appomattox Courthouse on April 9th, ending the war officially. After that, guys, this is what we would have learned before school got canceled. 13th Amendment was passed by Congress at Lincoln's request. It's really hard to pass an amendment. You need 2/3 of both the House and the Senate, but they passed it. Then, in just a few days after the war ended, Lincoln was shot and killed at Ford's Theater. April 15th, 1865 is the day that he died. He was killed by John Wilkes Booth. And finally, the consequences of the war, which include the reunion of the states, industries flourishing, the South was in ruins, and of course, slavery was officially abolished. So, you got a test on Wednesday, guys. Hopefully this video helps you review for that. Monday and Tuesday this week are review, test Wednesday, and then you'll get a couple days to make sure you get it done. It'll be a Google Forms test, obviously, a test that is digital. So anyways, welcome back to school, guys. I hope that this review helps. A couple things to remember for some previous notes would be the mini ball, which is that deadly bullet that spun, and the first battle of Bull Run, which was the battle in which one of the first battles of the war where Lincoln finally realized that the war was going to last longer than he realized and that he'd have to send more troops. Besides that, this note sheet should be just about everything you need. All right, guys. Hopefully that helped. I am just trying to make videos, so hopefully this is working out.